Do you guys see this jawline that didn't exist a couple months ago? Like, look, there is a very clear jawline going on, and I have to solely attribute that to my NuFace device. Welcome to my channel at Glow with Ava. If you're new to my channel, welcome. For those returning, welcome back once again. So as you can tell from the title of this video, we are going to do a little deep dive on this device, talk a little more deeply about my experience and the best ways to use it. For those of you who are new to this device, here's a little intro to it. But if you want a more full, in-depth review of some of the best at-home beauty gadgets, I have a full video on that. So you can check that out here, or I will link it also down below as well. So NuFace uses soft, gentle microcurrents to basically stimulate your cell and muscles under your skin's layer, while also actively stimulating and lifting your facial muscles. And microcurrents are basically low-level electrical currents that mimics your body's natural current level. But at the end of the day, it is still an electrical current, which means that you have to use a gel-like conductor to cover your face before you actually apply this, and it also increases the efficacy. So if you don't use enough, you're gonna hear and feel the zzz feeling, like an electrical current going through, which I definitely felt the first few times I was using the NuFace because I wasn't doing it correctly. To make sure that you guys actually have a proper experience, I want to share you guys all the best techniques to go with it. So this video was actually inspired by all the questions that I've been getting on Instagram, which if you aren't following me on Instagram yet, please go follow me at Glow with Ava, where I do daily tutorials and such. But anyways, a lot of people see me using this 4 times a week at least, and they're saying, hey, do you use anything else other than the gel that NuFace has on its own? So they sell this together with the NuFace as well as their gel primer. So the way you use a gel primer is it's got this like thick aloe vera kind of like consistency that you use as like a mask, a thick layer over your face, then use a NuFace over it like a conductor gel. Then after you use it, you have to wash it all over again. So I personally think it's really tough to fit into your routine when you have to wash it off, then you wash it, then put a toner, serum all over again. It just like really doesn't make sense to me. So I eventually did empty the gel primer, but I was like, this is also expensive and doesn't really fit into my routine. So I had to find another way to incorporate my NuFace. And I thought, you know, this is a gel. Any gel or water-based serum will work under the NuFace as long as I have a thick layer underneath it. The thing is, besides, you know, stimulating your facial muscles, it also helps penetrate the products better. So by using a NuFace, it means that it's going to let your products even absorb and penetrate deeper into your skin layers, which means that, hey, you know what, I'm going to use a serum that I actually like without having to wash it off and increase its efficacy by using a NuFace. So I've honestly been experimenting for the past 5 months with different serums, and I finally rounded up the best serums that actually work with the NuFace. So finally, after 5 months, I'm here to share with you my little secret. So I actually have just a toner on. So in the typical routine, I usually do this at nighttime because I don't really have time in the morning. So after I cleanse my face with a clean surface, I apply a toner on top. Then after the toner, I usually just go in with a serum. So these are the serums that actually work really well under the NuFace. The thing to remember is that do not use oils before your NuFace because the oil will block the currents from actually working. All right, so now that it's time for my serum to go in, you can pick and choose whichever serum, but I think all 4 of the serums that I have laid out here are actually very generalist serums that are very hydrating, like their hyaluronic acid, basically serums that I would use on a daily basis. They don't have any actives, retinols, that kind of stuff. So today I'm actually gonna just go in with the Royal Honey Propolis. This actually has kind of like a sticky texture underneath it, so I love using this because it's actually one of the thickest serums I have laid out here. So I'm just going with like 2 layers of this, and I also apply on my neck area because I use a NuFace here as well. On my forehead, So it's basically like a serum mask where you imagine just putting on like almost double the amount that you usually put in. And after this, like not only is my face just hydrated, but it's also really, really firmed up. And also sometimes you just apply one layer and you go in with a NuFace and it dries up. Then you can go in with another serum because these serums can all work interchangeably. It can be layered on with no problem. So I tend to use like 2 serums in one night as well. So as you can see, I have my product on. This is like your gel primer. And then I'm gonna turn on my NuFace. So you turn it on and you can adjust it with how strong it will go. Sometimes I'll go in even with like the highest, but today I'm just gonna go in with like the second level here. And you have to make sure you're evening out both sides because you don't want like one side to be too lifted and the other side not to be. So what I usually do is like do like 8 steps on the same side, 8 steps on the other side. And I do this for 10 to 15 minutes, 4 times a week. So let's go in there and right here, until you hear that beep sound, then you go on to your next motion. So let's hear into the next beep. Right, now go in. And this is one of my favorite actions to do. Just sliding it up like that, beep. And then kind of move slowly up towards your eye line. So I basically do 8 motions of this on this side, and then I kind of try to bring it down as well, just focusing on the jawline because that's the most important part for me, you know? And another one that I love doing is actually just putting it on without moving it, you know? So just putting it on like this. And then moving it like that and just waiting for the next one. Because this actually does a really good job of stimulating your skin's layers as well. Another one I love doing is putting it right under your cheekbone like this. It's kind of got that like lifting motion. So I do the same one over here. Kind of give yourself like little pressure, just as if it's like moving your jawbone up. And you go into your forehead area because you also want your brow area up to be lifted. So now you just slide that up like that. Ooh. And you will notice that whenever you do this motion, especially in your forehead area, you might feel a little bit of like the zappy feel, especially because it's going towards like, I don't know, your nervous system. So make sure you have like a heavy layer of primer on your forehead area and even to like this area, because sometimes you neglect that and like I can feel like that's going on if I don't apply it in that area fully. The same thing is you can also just put it on just like that and wait. Once again. So actually I don't feel like I've put enough on my neck and it probably has dried out now. So I'm gonna go in with Peach and Lily Glass Skin Serum. I'm gonna apply that on my neck area fully to show you guys, because after I'm done with my face, that's when I move in towards my neck and I kind of go like this and then push it down like that. It is so relaxing. Sometimes I do this with like a gua sha as well, but this actually is probably more effective than a gua sha. Just make sure you have a lot of serum over it. Like right now I don't feel any kind of zappiness or anything. So it's one of my favorite things to do. Once again, do the same thing on the other side. And this action really helps sculpt my face overall and my jawline, and it just makes the whole face and jawline transition very natural. And I just do this while watching Netflix for 15 minutes. It's like the easiest activity ever. And then after 15 minutes, my face is so hydrated that sometimes I don't even have to really go in with a moisturizer. Sometimes I'll just apply a lightweight moisturizer or an oil on top of this and then just go straight to bed. The important thing is just finding a way to make it work into your routine, because you know what, I think the #1 reason that people don't end up using the NuFace or liking it is because of how tedious it can get. You know, 15 minutes a day 5 times a week is really a lot of time, especially when you want to commit to something. But if you find a way to just make it a habit, then it's really, really easy. Like when I first got the NuFace like last year, I didn't use it consistently at all for the first 3 months. I was like, hey, here and there. And then I found a way to really make it a habit. I was like, you know what, 4 times a week, maybe sometimes I'll skip the weekends, but Monday to Thursday, I'm going to use this while I have my little Netflix break at night. Once you stick to a serum that you actually like, that's when it was a game changer for me than the gel primer, because having to wash off your face is really, really tedious. But this actually worked out well. So I'm just trying to save you guys money, but also trying to help you guys find ways to incorporate into your routine, because this truly is an amazing device, honestly. Anyways, I didn't want to make this video a super long video. I just really wanted to help you guys find a good way to use a NuFace, best techniques, best ways to incorporate into your routine, and alternative dupes for the gel primer. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative, and if you guys have any other video requests, just let me know. DM me on Instagram, comment below, whichever. Thank you so much for watching again, and hit that subscribe button, ring notification, and hit that like video, and I will see you guys next. Bye!